The human tongue is a muscular organ located inside the mouth. It is essential for speaking, tasting, swallowing, and chewing. Despite its small size, it plays an enormous role in daily life. The tongue is made up of 8 interwoven muscles. This gives it incredible flexibility and strength. Unlike other muscles, it has no bones, making it extremely adaptable. Covered in mucous membrane, the tongue has a rough surface. This is because of tiny structures called papillae. Papillae help grip food and contain the taste buds. Taste buds are sensory organs on the tongue. They detect flavors like sweet, sour, salty, bitter, and umami. Each taste bud has 50 to 100 receptor cells. So the tongue is actually divided into different regions. The tip is most sensitive to sweet flavors, while the sides, they detect sourness. The back, on the other hand, is more responsive to bitterness. However, the old tongue map is really just a myth. All parts of the tongue can detect all tastes, you know. Some regions are just slightly more sensitive than others. Umami is the 5th taste, and it was discovered more recently. It's associated with savory flavors found in foods like meat, cheese, and mushrooms. This taste is linked to amino acids like glutamate. The tongue also helps with chewing. It moves food around the mouth, mixing it with saliva. This prepares the food for swallowing and digestion. When swallowing, the tongue pushes food to the back of the throat. This starts the process of peristalsis in the esophagus. Without the tongue, eating would be nearly impossible. Speech is another vital function of the tongue. By altering its shape and position, it helps form consonants and vowels. Languages around the world depend on precise tongue movements. Different sounds require different tongue positions. For example, the English L sound needs the tongue tip to touch the upper teeth ridge. Meanwhile, the K sound pushes the tongue to the soft palate. The tongue also aids in breathing. It helps maintain an open airway while resting. In sleep apnea, tongue position can sometimes block airflow. The surface of the tongue constantly renews itself. Old cells shed and new ones grow every 10 to 14 days. This keeps the tongue healthy and sensitive. So the tongue's color can actually reveal a lot about our health conditions. A pink, moist tongue is usually considered normal, but you know, any discoloration may signal illness. White patches, dark spots, or even swelling can be signs of medical issues you shouldn't ignore. Interestingly, the tongue has a unique print, just like our fingerprints. No 2 tongues are exactly alike, which is pretty fascinating. Scientists actually believe that tongue prints could be used for biometric security one day. Some people have conditions that affect their tongues. For example, geographic tongue creates these map-like patches, which can look a bit unusual. And then there's another condition called hairy tongue, where a fuzzy appearance happens because of excess papilla growth. You know, the tongue is also vital for pleasure. It plays a role in kissing, intimacy, and sensory experiences. This really highlights its importance beyond just survival functions, doesn't it? It's fascinating that around 70 to 80% of taste depends on smell. The tongue and nose work together to create flavor perception. That's why, when you have a cold, food just tastes so bland. The tongue is incredibly strong for its size. It can apply pressure to move food, clean teeth, or even assist speech. Yet at the same time, it is highly sensitive to pain and temperature. Quite the remarkable organ, isn't it? So, some people can actually perform tricks with their tongue. Things like rolling, folding, or even twisting are, partly genetic abilities. These kinds of tongue movements really fascinate scientists who are studying muscle flexibility. In many cultures, the tongue actually carries symbolic meaning. For example, in Hindu traditions, the goddess Kali is often depicted with her tongue out. And in Maori culture, sticking out the tongue is part of their ceremonial dances. Tongue piercings are, pretty popular in modern society. However, they can actually pose health risks, like infections or even damage to your teeth. So proper care is definitely essential after getting a piercing. Doctors often check the tongue during medical exams. Its color, texture, and coating can reveal things like hydration levels, infections, or even vitamin deficiencies. The tongue is sometimes called a mirror of health. Interestingly, the tongue is not the only place with taste buds. Some taste buds are actually found in the throat, cheeks, and roof of the mouth. Still, the tongue contains the majority of them. In conclusion, the tongue is far more than just a muscle. It connects eating, speaking, tasting, and expressing emotions. This small organ is, honestly, a powerhouse of human biology and culture.